The Travels of Rizal by Group 3. Rizal in Spain.
On the afternoon of June 15, 1882, Rizal left Marcellus to proceed to Barcelona via train. He crossed the Pyrenees and stopped for a day at the frontier town of Port Bou. After the passport inspection at Port Bou, Rizal continued his trip by trail, finally reaching Barcelona.
On June 16, 1882, Rizal reached his destination in Barcelona. His first impression of Barcelona, the greatest city of Catalonia and Spain's second largest city, was unfavorable. He thought of it as an ugly, dirty, and the residents are inhospitable. But later, he changed his impression and eventually liked the city. He found it as a great city with an atmosphere of freedom and liberalism. He also found that the people are open-hearted, hospitable, and courageous.
He enjoyed promenading along Las Ramblas, which was the famous street in Barcelona. Filipinos in Barcelona were some of his classmates in Ateneo. They welcomed him and gave him a party at Café de Plaza de Catalunya. After those, Rizal in turn gave the latest news and gossips in the Philippines.
Rizal's stay in Barcelona had been productive. He wrote a nationalistic essay entitled Amor Patrio or Love of Country, which was his first written article on Spain's soil. He then sent his article to Basilio Teodoro Moran, a publisher of Diaryong Tagalog. Basilio was deeply impressed by his articles and asked Rizal to publish more. His next article for Diaryong Tagalog was entitled Los Viajes or Travels, and followed by Revista de Madrid or Review of Madrid.
Rizal also took his time writing to his family, friends, and relatives in the Philippines. He did not forget one of his missions, and that is making a name for himself in the field of writing. Paciano believed that Rizal would be able to express his nationalistic and patriotic sentiments, which in effect can arouse the hostility and suspicion of the Spanish regime. He believed that Rizal would be transformed into a patriot, a novelist, and a nationalist.
While he was enjoying his stay in Barcelona, he received bad news about the cholera outbreak ravaging Manila and the provinces. Many people died, and many were dying daily. Sad news was that his beloved, Leonor Rivera, was getting thinner due to the absence of her loved one. Paciano also advised Rizal to continue his medical course in Madrid. Heeding his advice, Rizal left Barcelona in the fall of September 1882 and proceeded to Madrid.
On November 3, 1882, he enrolled in the famous Central University of Madrid, or Universidad Central de Madrid, in two courses, medicine and philosophy and letters. Aside from his heavy schedule in the university, his other activities included taking lessons in painting and sculpture at the Academy of Fine Arts in San Fernando, took lessons in French, German, and English under private instructors, and practiced painting and while shooting at the Hall of Arms in Sans A Carbonell. He also attended operas and concerts to enhance knowledge and taste of music, visited art galleries and museums.
Jose Rizal was exposed to liberal ideas and cultural influences because of Circolo Hispano-Filipino. He came in close contact with prominent Spanish liberal and Republican Spaniards, who were mostly Mason. Jose, being a young and idealistic, he was really impressed by the way the Spanish Masons spoke on the progressive ideas and values relating to freedom.
In March 1883, he joined the Masonic lodge called Acacia. His reasons for joining and becoming a Mason was to secure Freemasonry's aid in his against the friars in the Philippines, since the friars used the Catholic Church as shield to establish themselves in power and wealth and to persecute the Filipino patriots. He intended to utilize Freemasonry as shield to combat them. In November 1883, he transferred to Lodge Solidaridad, where he became a Master Mason.
Jose Rizal missed the Philippines so much. The only comfort he found for homesickness was hard work. In Madrid, he finished his two courses with the degree of licentiate in medicine and licentiate in philosophy and letters on June 1884, 1885 respectively.
Thank you for watching. Stay safe and don't forget to subscribe. God bless us all three.